Bring it on. Was that as soon as
I'm
you
sure
pressed-
we've
Right,
just, we've
okay.
just opened that with a burp.
Yeah.
But we're back. It's been a few weeks. The reason being is it's been far too hot to record anything.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't play the aircon or nothing while we're in here. So, yeah, we've had a little break. But we're glad to be back. And we're back with Anthony Hutton today. How are we doing, mate?
Very good. Pleasure to be on here.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it's a pleasure to have you, mate.
Thank you for asking us. I'm with the Rogues.
The Rogues.
That's
You
it,
are
the
a
Rogues.
rogue tonight. But yeah, so I mean, it's a very timely sort of appearance on here because one of the big news is Mr. Hutton's is back open.
The relaunch.
Yeah. You know what? If it wasn't for COVID, I don't think I would open back up. I'm going down a Barber and Academy route. But it kind of came off the cuff a little bit. Me and me missus were just sat down on a night in the lockdown, and I think some date had been released about that lockdown was going to finish, and we randomly said, should we just open back up for one night only, and then through further conversation, we just thought, should we just open it back up? People are going to be dying for a night out, and it's hard having a bar. It's not easy. You know yourself. You've worked in a cocktail bar for years and stuff, but it also was a lot of fun as well.
Well, that's what so you've got time to think in lockdown, and I bet like when you talked about the bar, only good memories were flooding into your head.
You know what my missus loves garbage reality TV.
Yeah.
Honestly, she
It's what made you Hutton.
Woo!
Yeah. Now we're talking.
But she watches this show called Vanderpump Rules, and it's literally like it's basically like a bar that and it just totally reminds us of having Hutton's open. So that was probably one of the reasons, again, because we just watched the show and it just brought back so many good memories.
It is like a little family there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, when I asked the staff would they be interested in working again for Hutton's, all of them were just all over it.
Yeah,
and it really is. It'll be like yourselves. It's for me. It's not just staff. They are family, and it was kind of like very humbling to see all of the staff all come back. And
How did your launch night go then?
Went class. It was one of the best night takings we've had.
How many rum burgers did you make?
Oh, mate, honestly. Well, it was so hard because I had a very weak team. All of the original staff, they were all away on weddings.
Because it was like Freedom Weekend and probably all out anyway.
Yeah, they all had
got COVID.
Yeah, pulled the COVID card.
Yeah.
So it was a very weak team, but considering it was a weak team, it was still a class night, and it was just class seeing all of the Hutton's was very much a regulars place. Do you know what I mean? You always
Faces.
Had the same faces, like
Quite good faces though.
Yeah,
it
is.
I reckon it's one of the only bars I can walk in town now where I know people.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? Like the rest now, I'm 10 years older than
Yeah.
everyone now.
It's been going a while as well. Like Darlow, I've always found a lot of bars they open and they shut, whereas Hutton's is always remained very, very successful.
Yeah.
Aye. It was opened up in 2015, and at the end, I probably, in reflection, this was me, when I was kind of thinking about the bar and stuff, I probably let my foot off the gas with the bar. I started kind of not being there as much. I had very good staff, and I was kind of probably relying on the good stuff that I had probably a bit more rather than actually me being a leader. And I feel as if if you've got if it's called Mr. Hutton's, Mr. Hutton should be there. And I think like any small business like that, you need to have the boss there.
Yeah, true.
And in reflection, that was probably one of the mistakes that I made.
It's easy to do though, isn't it? But like what lockdown has done is we were all reborn after it, aren't we? Everyone's got new energy for going out and stuff. Everyone's got a new work ethic. Everyone's got put things into perspective. So like, yeah, fucking relaunch it, like refresh, and it's completely different now.
Yeah,
refurb.
Just
looks fresher.
Yeah,
ready to go, man.
So what was the reason initially for closing in the first place?
The reason was it was a combination of things really. It was I had my eye on doing a Barber Academy.
Yeah.
And I kind of went to college, got my qualifications and stuff for that. And then there was a company called Learning Curve that that basically got in touch with me, and the deal that they presented me was it was quite a good package, and it gave me the opportunity to kind of do that. And then I was getting a little bit sick of the bar. Mm-hmm. Just the hours and stuff, and I was planning on having a baby and all this type of stuff. And I just thought, you know what, it's like I'm gonna kind of do something new.
Yeah.
And then obviously COVID happened. That company pulled out, and then but then now that I've opened the bar back up, I'm kind of I feel as if I've got a good balance, because I'm basically working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'm off Sunday, Monday,
so you're giving
Tuesday.
yourself that little bit of break.
I remember you were saying when we had a conversation about it just before you closed as well, if you think about Darlow, especially with a bar that doesn't do food, you've got to make all your numbers up and all your basically income on 1.5 nights, really.
Yeah.
Like Saturday only, and then maybe a Friday, but hit and miss, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then maybe a Monday, but hit and miss.
Yeah.
So you're banking, and even though you're open every night and you're putting the hours in and you're paying your staff and you're stocking the bar, you have to attack one day.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're paying for staff working as well, and you've got say 3 staff on a Friday night, but it's a quiet one. It's a tricky one.
And sod's law when you have more staff on,
honestly,
it's quiet, innit?
Yeah.
You have one person on, you get a wedding coming.
Yeah.
50 people storming. You're like, what?
Every time. And the thing is, though, sometimes as well, like staff will look at it from their point of view. We're kind of like, it'll definitely be smoother if we put 4 members of staff on, or 5. But kind of what you'd rather your staff be like flat out, and just have 3 to it sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
I used to do it at the hotel all the time. I used to work at the Blackwell Grange, and you used to try pick and choose your staff to try and work on as little staff as possible, but make the night run as smooth as possible. And it's difficult sometimes. It really is.
So I think I'd rather like have less people and not have people all in the way.
Yeah,
and then be busy all the time.
It does work better that way sometimes. As long as you've got the right staff.
Not when you're 18 though.
No.
When you're 18,
when
you want all your pals there,
yeah,
and you just want to do nothing. So that's what you're battling with.
Work ethic, innit?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what is absolutely fantastic though. We've started doing cocktail classes.
Yeah, I know all about them.
I've seen them. Yeah.
I've seen a few of them. Yeah.
They honestly, I've had Ollie and Tom, and they basically said, "Hey mate, we can do this for free."
Yeah,
I can imagine why.
It's so much fun. Like honestly, we turn up with the alcohol, with the glasses. Normally it's like a hen do or a girl's birthday. We've done 2 actually, where there was one with couples, and it was the first time I'd ever done a cocktail class for some men as well, and I was kind of thinking, I don't know whether this might be a little bit like weird or awkward, but it was class.
Yeah,
they were proper sound.
Well, I did these for years in Newcastle, and I won't go into too much right now. But they were
no comment.
They were the best times of my life, right? And just to give you an insight of what used to happen, I won't go into too much. But basically, we used to call it the turn, right? So you get right. Well, it was me and 2 of my mates. I won't name them because I want them to come on and we want to talk about this. But we'd be me and my 2 best mates up there, and we've got no one else. There's no managers in there. We're managing it.
Yeah.
And we've got 15 women coming down from Scotland, coming from London on a hen party. but they could be the prudest 15 women that you've ever met. Sometimes you'd get them, right?
Pump them full of pave.
That's it, right? So they could come in and they're all sat there and they're like,
The
they don't give you any crack, they're not bantering with you now, and you're just like, right, we know how to play this. So you just a few little games, start them on the shots, and we used to get them on liquor 43, which is like a honey liqueur. Still nice. 40%.
It's very nice.
But women just straight down. Anyway, it sounded a bit bad, that, didn't it? Yeah. But anyway, so a few more shots. Then you used to get a bit of Ray Nephew. That basically, that's
acid.
Get them on that, and then the turn would happen about 40 minutes in when you've got them from sat like that to just jumping about, jumping on you, grabbing. It was class for a young lad. And anyway,
honestly, like I just immediately I'm like. I'm having a baby. I'm married, but they are the Tom Mutton mate.
Yeah,
they absolutely adore Tom Mutton. Honestly, it's mental. Like but it's
such good fun.
For
both parties. As well.
Oh yeah, it's class.
Yeah,
absolutely quality.
Mint, man. Maybe we should have to do it.
I'll happily do it.
We'll go on with Hutton.
Let's do it.
Imagine me doing that.
No, he does a bit of his disco dancing. You'd be good at that.
Yeah.
Magic.
Mark's a bit of a ballroom dancer.
Well, maybe.
He's a bit ballroom dancer.
You've got some salsa hips on you.
Well,
snake hips,
is it? Yeah, I think that's the.
We've done a cocktail class for one group, and they knew I had a dancing background.
Is that the one I see in the video or not?
What do you mean a dancing background?
Do you not know this?
What?
Right.
Oh, maybe I can't dance then.
Dance. Yeah, so these women, they knew I used to dance somehow. I don't know how they know I used to dance.
They had that one video released, didn't they?
They did.
You released a video, you know.
Right, what do you mean?
When you say released a video,
DVD.
A DVD.
Was it VCR back then?
No, it was.
What type of video? I'm just imagining something like.
No, it was
Davina McCall-esque.
Yeah, it was with Universal, and it was Anthony's 70s disco workout.
We'll put it on YouTube. The ads.
You know what?
Mark's interested.
My best man pretty much geared his whole speech around the 70s disco DVD. He basically just stuck it on, and then just started to continue just taking the piss out of it. And I was just like, oh no.
Is it that bad?
Oh, horrendous.
Oh, I didn't see it.
There's lots of.
They did the dance at the wedding.
Is it on YouTube
as well? They did a full routine.
So we can put it in the link below
snippets,
when we upload it to YouTube. Then
it's a beauty. Like
it was. I think it was in its heyday. It was like $17.99.
Was it
proper expensive
back then?
No, that's why I only sold like 10 or something.
Still got loads in the garage.
But the one of the cocktail classes that we've done, they knew I used to dance, and they were like, we want you to do a dance for us. We want you to do a dance. So I was like, do you want to learn how to do the dirty dancing routine? And they were just like, yeah, come on. So we done that, like got it recorded on Instagram and stuff. But now we've had people asking for
put it in
the cocktail class and the dirty dancing routine. So yes.
When I seen you you teaching them, I thought that is perfect. That
because it's just fun.
Who doesn't want to have a little bit of a dance after a few drinks, especially get taught how to properly do it? I do.
I'll teach you after this.
We'll do it now.
I'm already a pro.
I reckon, he's got some movement in them legs, like good calves on him.
He has got
good
calves.
calves. He hasn't got any quad on him.
I've got good legs on.
Not one quad in there, but good calves.
The calves are bigger than the quads.
A few people have been admiring them recently in the shop, haven't they?
I actually did.
Was that fucking, what was it? The calf flex he did the
other
day.
Yeah. Everyone was like, what's that?
Yeah. I'm known for the calves.
Where have they come from though? There must be
lots of shagging on his tiptoes.
It's been short.
Peeking over fences.
I'm putting it down to being short.
Looking at other people's gardens.
Yeah.
What's he doing in his garden there? Just tiptoeing over the fence.
Up and down.
But yeah.
How's your garden coming on, Mark?
It's finished.
He wanted me to ask. The only question I said, Mark, what do you want to talk about tonight? He went, ask me about my garden.
Well, why have we not seen this garden?
Well, because you haven't been round.
Do you know what he said as well, right?
Say to that?
Well, we were sat at the back, right, and we were having a beer, and I'm like, right, do you want to talk about anything tonight, Mark? Do you want to voice your opinion about anything? He went, not particularly. I went, do you want to like know about Hutton, like any sort of things come to mind? He was like, not particularly. I went, this is going to be a cracking podcast, then, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Nothing came to mind, but because the only thing I've been doing is my garden, so that's the only thing that's on my mind at the minute.
Got a purple fence.
Got a purple fence, and I've got what was meant to
be... Look at him getting all excited.
Yeah, what was meant to be sage green decking.
Sounds shite.
It was meant to be like a dark sage green, and now it's practically like baby blue.
Oh,
so it looks horrific.
Match your couches.
You've got a new garden, haven't you?
I know, we've just had ours done. I tell you
looks good.
It makes all the difference.
It
though,
does.
doesn't
It does. Even though it's the wrong colour, it's nice to sit out now. It's all tidied up. Yeah. No weeds, no overgrow.
Aye.
I don't get any sun in my garden, so I have to sit on the front. It's bad that.
Where have you been? Because your tan's unbelievable.
He's got makeup on. Don't listen to him. I've already fucking shouted at him for this. What's that in your forehead?
Shout out VIP sunbeds. 15 minutes on number 7. Can't go wrong. Rasping.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, no, gardens are good, man.
I love gardens, me.
That's a good.
Not wrong with the garden. I sit on my front. So
you can't sit on the front.
I know, but I had
a barbecue on your front. That's horrendous.
To myself.
The strange people.
And I was like shouting at the neighbours, like, all right, do you want a burger?
Oh, what a piece of shit you are.
He said he's getting feisty this week.
You can't sit on your front where you live.
Yeah, I have to.
But you had a can in your hand.
Sit in the fucking can.
Was it a can or a bottle?
I had a bottle of Moretti.
What chair were you sat
Bottle of Moretti.
I sat on a metal bench.
I
sat on the doorstep.
God.
I had to move my car out the way, so I had the drive.
You get a bit of sun. Oh, you sat in the middle of the drive?
Pretty much, yeah. The barbecue was like nearly on the path.
What a horrific sight.
The heat has been mental, by the way.
Hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I love hot weather, but like the weather last week was
when you're getting up to 30 degrees.
Typical British that though, isn't it? Like, it's too hot.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the hot weather, but it's too hot.
Yeah. I know we're never happy, but
you can't function in that. But the Spanish don't. We were talking about this. They don't work from 12 till 6.
They have siestas.
Pretty much, they have the full afternoon off.
Lazy bastards.
So
get me on that.
Yeah,
I'll snooze in there.
Work from like 6 till 10 in the morning, and then have the day off, and then work on a night for a bit.
Aye.
That'd be all right. But even on a night, it was hot. Like.
Yeah, it was warm. I had to buy a fan.
Yeah.
Aye, we've had fans. I mean, my wife's pregnant and she's just been like struggling.
Congrats on that, by the way.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
But
when's the baby due?
August the 19th.
Whoa.
Oh, soon, man. Fucking
hell. Quick.
I know. It's
incredible.
It's a crazy. Have any of you got any kids or not?
I haven't.
No. I'll tell you what. It's a crazy. Until you experience.
You've been made for it for years, you though.
Yeah.
Like, you're a very, very loving man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like you will love this kid like nothing I've ever seen. So it's like you're very passionate about like especially stuff like this. So it's like it's nice to see.
Yeah. Oh no, it's 39-year-old and I'm eventually. It's took me this time. I think
there's nothing wrong with that. I think.
No, well, I watched a snippet of views. You touched on that, don't you? About kind of like
there's no rush.
You know, people who live in cities and stuff, and you sometimes can compare yourself to kind of what the norm is. But it's probably took me to this stage in my life to kind of like I'm fully ready. To give it me all, commit in a place in my life where. I want to be a dad.
Yeah. But I mean, especially the last 5-6 years. Yeah, of course.
You
need
rush
to be ready.
It.
Yeah.
You can't fucking do something when you're not ready in your own mind.
You do, but it's just it's harder. Do you know what I mean?
Because you need a very understanding partner.
Not in a bad way, but because you're putting so much time into this other life that you've brought in that you just sort of forget about it. The other
Lads
stuff isn't
idiots
as important.
As well, aren't we? We are
full idiots.
We are proper.
Speak for yourself.
Well, I am definitely an idiot.
He has said on this before he's more of a woman than he said it was more of a woman than Christy, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But we are idiots. Yeah,
and we're very immature, aren't we? We're much more immature. We are. So I think.
What are you about?
I knew he was going to do that as well. I could see it in his head. I could see the cogs moving.
14.
But we used to send videos of ourselves
fat.
Yours are rotten, man.
Mate, you know who I exchanged that banter with now?
Oh,
Grant.
Oh,
I bet he knocks out a naughty fart.
He looks the type of guy who can fart, and I tell you what, he can fart.
I bet he blows the phone out his hand.
He calls it the floorboards. So he'll send me videos, and all you hear is, "Oh no, Lucy, these floorboards are fucked." And I'm just watching it like 9 times over and over. And
that can't be real.
Soph's like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, it's Granny's fart again.
Well, we used to do it years ago, and Cal Tarrant was the king.
He is the king.
But we found out later that he was lactose intolerant. So he was eating his cereal in the morning and just, he called it the shout. He used to shout out his ass for like 30 seconds long. And then we found out he's lactose intolerant, man. He was cheating.
Supplemented.
What's that? You fart more than that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I want that. Can you get it?
You don't need it.
I think we should
You
start
nearly shit yourself out there.
I'm going to start this.
Them out.
Just wake up in the morning, I'm just going to send you videos of me farting.
Yeah, I've got a knack when I'm at home. My housemate, he always, because when we're watching telly, for some reason, I don't know if it's like automatic, I always catch the silence in a film. So when it just goes to a little deathly silence, I'll let one rip. And I don't know, it must be just in me to just get it in the gap.
Yeah.
You know
what do you think the times? What's the proper time period to fart in front of a lass?
I always used to struggle, me like
4 days.
It's a bit of 4 days, is
4
it?
days.
Fuck that.
4 days.
No,
4 days.
That's too soon. That.
4 days. You wanted
4 days. Fuck it.
4 days.
Get it over with. If they're not happy, fuck them.
I don't believe you farted in front of lasses after 4 days.
No, I don't either.
I'm trying to think.
I used to be very against it. I couldn't. I used to hold them in that much. It used to make me ill.
No, but the thing is that when you hold them, have you ever got into your car?
Yeah,
and it's just
on the morning.
Pure
Yeah.
bazooka.
Oh,
Just
it's orgasmic.
you're like, fuck you know.
You push yourself off your seat like Thunderpants. Oh man, yeah, because your stomach's out there, innit? And you're
you've like done like 19 farts inside your stomach.
And then she
Every time you fart, I hold it.
she runs out and says, you forgot your phone. Fuck it. Don't open the door. There's just a green mist in your car. Farting will always be funny, man.
God. No, it will be. Like,
It never ever makes me. I always laugh when I hear a fart. You can't hold it in, can you?
Occasionally, I will watch them on YouTube. Yes, I've watched like sharks, serial killers, and
farts.
Farting is like
That's probably the top 4
Searches on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I've said I'm into sharks. Like, I watch sharks all day
you
long.
right.
I love sharks.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, farts are mental. We used to watch at uni. There used to be, well, I don't know why we got into it, but it was cake fart. It was a type of porn.
Okay.
So lasses, big fudge cake sat on the kitchen top.
Oh, it's mega
This bird comes in all sexy, and she sits on the cake, pulls her cake fart, pulls her cheeks apart. So then her ass is caked in chocolate cake, and then just farts it out.
Oh wow!
Oh, she puts the cake, like fully sits on it, like so it's all in the crevice, and then just.
It's the baby powder that gets me. Do you know when it goes? Oh,
yeah,
it's a goggle, man.
It's terrible. That
it's mental, man. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll move away from farting now. We're gonna have to touch on Big Brother, aren't we?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 23 when I went on the show.
I was just in secondary school because I remember going about school going, I read. Because I remember that was you, and this was before social media, wasn't it?
That came from me and all my mates.
Yeah.
We would pick up the phone and just go, I'll read.
Yeah.
So I used to. That was kind of a message to me mates. That's what it kind of like.
So they'd all be like, he's talking to us there.
It was kind of a little. I always used to do it when there was like a Friday night. A Friday night was the eviction.
Yeah.
Friday night eviction, and we'd all be sat around the couch, and that was kind of like the one time when you felt properly you were on the telly. So it was kind of like
you could hear them and when she's talking and all that.
Like
yeah, you're like, oh fuck.
Davina's gonna talk to you, and
Davina's fit, man. Do you think?
She hasn't changed.
No,
she looks no older or younger.
No, she doesn't actually. She's aged very well.
Yeah, it's all them fitness DVDs.
Oh, we should have kept doing them.
How old is she, like? 50?
Will be, won't she? Pushing
Yeah.
She's sexy.
Yeah, she'll definitely. She's probably a bit older than
Mid-50s.
Yeah, no, she still looks well, actually. Funny enough, I only met her like I've only met her a couple of times, actually.
Yeah.
I kind of like met her when I done my interview, and pretty much there was maybe 1 or 2 other times I've met her, but no, because a lot of people do, who ask us if they've asked us about Big Brother. A lot of them will ask what's Davina like, but it's Big Brother. It's massive part of my life.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It really is a huge part of my life. It was absolutely awesome experience.
Nothing but like positive memories.
No, there's definitely some negatives that come from doing something like Big Brother.
There was a level of fame you got back then, like that. Like it was pretty high profile, wasn't it?
You know what? It was. I was in so much of a. I was a young, daft 23-year-old when I done it. So I was when I was doing it. It was. I was in like a whirlwind. It was just. Because was it carnage?
I'm sure you when we were out one time. You told me a story where you went to, was it South Shields or North Shields, when you go on a bank holiday and you got out the car and everyone just turned and ran at you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was crazy.
Because that must have been off it. That.
Yeah, it was absolutely mental.
Imagine Jay doing that.
Bam, bam. Fuck off.
So it's like.
So what season was it that you were?
It was Big Brother 6.
So it was probably the peak of its career, of its time.
Yeah. It was. It really was like, literally, like it got to I got it on the cresp of a wave, and it's a very like doing something like that. In reflection, a very extreme sample of fame, because you basically had me, who, you know, a run-of-the-mill lad from County Durham. I lived with my mum and my grandma, and then went on Big Brother, and then, you know, I was on there for like 3 months. Didn't.
How long it went on for?
Yeah, they used to be on for ages, didn't they?
It was
full summer,
3 months.
Full summer.
Was like, the season you were on, was it still doing like where you could watch it at any point, you just watch them sleep?
Big Brother Live.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Remember that? You used to be able to put it on at any time.
And just Channel 5.
You just see like a sheet.
Yeah.
Or someone going to get a glass of water or something.
Yeah.
Let's get a glass of
water. And then through the day it would just go silent and there was birds tweeting.
Yeah.
Just like, what's happening, man?
I was staying up till like 5 a.m. every night. I was just
having fun.
I was on a 3-month adrenaline kick, because I was a massive fan of the show. I thought it was mint. And
it was the first sort of reality. To what we know now is like reality, like your Love Islands and whatnot.
Yeah,
it was the first sort of thing, wasn't it? So it sort of drew everybody straight in.
Aye. And so to get when I got on it, it was just like I was like a massive. I was a bit. First couple of days, I was a bit overwhelmed, and like I was like, I cannot. You know, I was going in the day room going, I can't believe I'm on here. This is amazing. And I think
Hutton gets very excited about a lot of things as well. So when something like that comes about, you're like, wow.
Sophie thinks I've got ACDC or whatever it's called.
ADHD.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what he's got.
I call it ACDC.
ACDC. Yeah, you are like, say if he gets a nice bit of food or something, whoa, like just loses his shit completely. Yeah, it's a bit like you, mate. Yeah.
But
the difference is he doesn't start banging his head off the wall and that. Could you go on Big Brother?
Nah.
You definitely not.
Fucking hell.
I think you'd be gold, me, like
nah, fuck that.
I'll be that boring one that just doesn't do anything.
You'd be getting annoyed at people for not making the beds and cleaning.
Yeah,
the boring ones tend to get quite far in the process.
Yeah, they always go third place.
Yeah, they don't win it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's always the Raj Northerners. They're always up there.
They always tend to do well. I think it's because we're down to earth.
Just honest, aren't we?
And likeable. You know, we're friendly people, aren't we?
Yeah.
Man. But the Big Brother was it led me to do so many good experiences. Did I have some bad ones? I did, yeah. But I think even if you won the lottery, there's probably going to be some negatives. All in all, it was absolutely awesome experience. Like,
yeah, because you were hairdressing before that as well, weren't you?
Yeah,
You'd started.
So basically, my first proper job was a postman.
Oh yeah.
My dad was a postman.
Was he? Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was a postman.
Yeah,
for years.
Well,
yeah.
it was just,
I think I have a lot of respect for postmen.
Oh yeah,
Back in the day, it was hard graft.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah,
No
they have
vans.
got good cars.
They're very good.
Yeah.
Poor.
No vans and out. It was
Yeah.
It was
No,
mad.
you know what? When you're out on your walk, it's.
Did you wear shorts in snow?
Well, the lads used to take the mick out of us because they said I had my uniform tailored.
Because you look good in it, basically.
Well, no, because I anticipated them being baggy fitted, right? So I ordered the smallest possible uniform going. It was like, yeah, I'll go extra small because I knew it would probably fit normal.
Yeah,
it'll just be massive. But on a hot day, the thing is when you're on your walk, you don't like, even if it's the coldest ever day, 15-20 minutes into it, you just need to take your layers off.
Yeah,
because you literally just, your body adapts.
I've never seen a miserable postman.
That guy who brings out
they're always
They're happy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I think
we've
walking.
We've had a few here. And
It's
How therapeutic's walking.
Yeah.
They do it every day. They clears their head.
Yeah.
Every morning. Yeah. Straight out for a walk.
You get your steps in.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they do. I don't know whether they do this now, but this was the part of the job that I couldn't stand. Was I used to have to be in work 5 a.m, and then you have to sort out all of your letters. So you've got like.
So you don't just go in and pick a sack up.
No, that's what I thought.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
that
thought,
would be better.
Yeah, I thought I was like, oh.
Surely there's like a team of admin that do that, no?
Yeah,
no,
I just
you
thought,
have to do that.
turn up, get your bag, ta-da.
Yeah.
No, you've got to get all of your
flinging
mail,
them like
and then you get like a frame, and you've got to put all the letters.
Oh, it
in.
sounds lovely.
Yes.
So organised.
So is there like a organisation to doing it? Do you like?
Oh yeah.
Is there like an order you're delivering?
Yeah, because it's got to be, it's got to match the route that you take.
Right.
So that's what you do. But I mean, like it wasn't the worst job in the world. But I remember thinking, like, I remember speaking to a bloke called Brian, and he'd been doing it for 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And
of course, he was called Brian.
Yeah. flicking him like that.
So then I remember thinking, I didn't have any education. I wasn't academic at school at all. And I remember just thinking, is this me? Like, I really don't want it to be.
Am I Brian?
Yeah.
Is Brian me?
Aye. And that really didn't sit well with me. But I was kind of thinking, what can I do to change things up? And as unrealistic as some people might have thought it wasn't unrealistic to me. Thinking, if I go for Big Brother, get on it, it might change things up. I always had a keen interest in hairdressing. Loved it. Loved the kind of the whole. I used to go to Tony and Guy when I was younger, and I kind of considered kind of doing it, but it was kind of like being a lad who played football and stuff. I was a bit self-conscious of maybe getting called gay and stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't cool back in the day, was it? It wasn't.
Even when I started,
it
was I remember people asking my dad, like, "Is he?"
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've always.
And I've stood there with my mullet, like,
no.
With a mullet?
It wasn't a cool one like that, mate.
Scarf on and that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call me cool, but
Listen, if you think I used to dress spicy, this is your man.
I was the original spicy.
The original spice.
Should we have a spice off?
He's five spice. He had the facial hair. What was it? The thin line down there.
I
wasn't
can't believe I thought that looked cool.
Yeah.
What the little soul patch?
Little tiny thin, like straight down his chin there.
Yeah.
Oh, beauty.
Yeah, pure in a lot of spice, like.
Yeah.
Lovely.
But so then I was a postman. Thinking about, I knew I had to change things up. I just wasn't content in just being like Brian, being a postman. Brian. And then I randomly, this is where I mentioned I used to be a dancer. This is where the dance.
Where did the dancing start?
So always,
I was just one of these kids. Brian, a dancer.
Yeah, I'm not Brian. I am a dancer.
I am a salsa.
Disco.
I always loved. I was one of these kids, when you see kids like giving it 150% on the dance floor. That was me. I was an only child, and like my mum and grandma, they've always just like thought the sun shines out my arse, and just kind of like not that I didn't probably need pushed, but they were very.
You didn't need. You just needed a point where show me where the disco room is. You didn't need any nudge. Just point me in the right direction.
This way.
In fact, I know where it is. Just give me a lift. I'm 11.
Yeah, but it was the dancing job came quite randomly. So always had an interest in dancing, and pretty much been on the dance floor as a young age. My mum's favourite movie was Saturday Night Fever, so I actually kind of grew up with like knowing who the Bee Gees were, Disco Inferno. All these songs were very, very like familiar to, and I loved them. Anyway, one of my best mates, a lad called Alan, who I live next to, he randomly had got this job as a 70s dancer, as a 70s disco dancer.
Now, was he a dancer before, or was
no?
He? Oh, okay.
No, just a run of the mill lad. He was on a night out. He seen this 70s dance show going on in C nightclub in Newcastle. C nightclub back in the day used to be one of the best nightclubs in Newcastle.
Massive one on the quayside, isn't it?
Aye, yeah. Used to be like one of the places to go. Anyway, he randomly jumped on stage and started dancing with all the other dancers, and off the back of that got a job doing it. So anyway, he was telling me, he was like, Hutton, he was like, I'm doing this dancing job. He went, it's unbelievable. He was like, I'm getting paid, I think it was 110 quid for the night. He was like, we're travelling all over the place. He was like, we're doing Newcastle on the Monday night, South Shields on a Wednesday, Whitley Bay Thursday, Friday, Saturday up Scotland.
Good money, that.
Yeah.
Sound that, innit?
Yeah, it was class money. And I think it was weekends were 110 quid a night, and I think the midweek was 60 quid.
Yeah.
But it was still decent money.
Yeah.
And so he was like, it's unreal. He was like, the birds. He was like, it's just. The birds love us. He was like, it's unbelievable. And I was like, mate, you need to get me involved. Like, I want to do this as well. So
I've been a dancer for ages.
It's in blood. Yeah. So anyway, he a couple of months later, he rang us. He went, "Oh, listen, Gaz, the boss, he wants a new dancer. Like the auditions in Sunderland. Do you want to go for it?" I was like, two rights. So whizzed round me post office job. I was just like with me letters,
dancing, practicing at the same time.
And then I just anyway turned up in Sunderland in the afternoon. First dancing danced. There was a couple of other lads danced to Disco Inferno. I was like, right, okay, sound. I was like.
He's good, you know. He's good.
And anyway, done it. The couple hours later, the boss rang us. He went,
"How long have you been a dancer for?"
No, he was like, he went, mate. He went, "There's not many people who I've thought had it straight away." He went, "You have got it." He was like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Right." He was like, "Listen, your character's going to be Chico Importante." From Puerto Rico, and I was like on the phone going, "Yeah, this is a bit of me, this." And hung up. I went, "Gran, listen, I'm quitting the post office job." I went, "I'm going to be a 70s disco dancer," and she was like, "Yeah, all right then, son, great." And then yeah, just literally just quit the post office job, started doing that literally. The time, all the lads, I'm still really good pals with all the lads who I used to do it with.
Most of them at your wedding, weren't they?
Yeah. All the lads were at my wedding.
Did you have a disco reunion?
Well, we did
a full routine.
Well, I was going to say, you couldn't have had a wedding without
it. Was mint. Honestly, that day it was the best day ever. Like as far as a wedding goes, Jesus Christ, you just pushed the boat out, didn't you?
Oh no, it was insane. It was class.
Yeah,
it was unreal. It was class having. One of the things was we wanted just everyone to be there to celebrate the
Yeah,
party.
it was one of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
And it was your wedding.
It was it was absolutely it was absolutely unbelievable.
It was unreal. I'd never been there either. Wynyard Hall, wasn't it?
Wynyard,
yeah,
such,
I'd never.
such
Jesus
beautiful
Christ,
venue, isn't it?
Off it.
But so when after I'd done the when I started doing the dancing, it kind of like it gave me so much confidence, and a kind of little bit of a it did give me a little bit of a taste for kind of like bit of fame and like being on stage and stuff, and that's where I kind of like, I don't know, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
This is me.
And then so that kind of was one of the reasons how I think I got on Big Brother, because when I turned up on the auditions and they said, what do you do, what's your name, and I kind of rocked up and said, I'm Anthony, I'm a 70s disco dancer. It was kind of immediately kind of like, it was something a little bit different and unique.
Yeah,
because when
definitely.
I tell people the story, they kind of like, this sounds, how did you
My
get
name's
into
Anthony,
this?
I'm a postman. It's not the same as my name's Anthony and my normal name's Chico or
Yeah.
whatever. What is it? What's your name?
Chico and
It's Chico, yeah. So it definitely has a bit of punch about it, doesn't it?
Aye, but yeah, great, unbelievable times. Like,
Yeah, what an experience that will have been then. Mark, let's talk about your dancing.
I don't dance.
Yes,
Like,
you
get
do.
it straight right away.
Ballroom.
do you not dance if you're like on a night out?
I'll give it a good go when I'm having a couple of shandies down us, but no. My mum and dad were dance teachers back in the day, but that's as far as my dancing background goes.
He says stuff like this, but then when we go on a night out, he'll just start like
fucking
ripping
unleashes
dance
them
moves
Yeah,
out.
Oh, really?
I start looking like a 70s dancer, I think.
Do you know what,
Yeah,
Mark?
let's form a group.
A group, yeah. Can you sing? We'll do a bit of singing in
no,
it.
I cannot sing
No.
like.
What Mark told me is I don't know if we've mentioned it, but Mark was in Magic, yeah? He was in the Magic Circle.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And he's got his
Few
tattoo
years.
there.
Yeah, look it out.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
I forget where it is.
But what he didn't,
really?
what he told me the other day, he actually used to go and he was getting booked, like getting bookings.
Yeah,
No
I used to. It was mainly the.
He was only young at the time.
Yeah, the Sunderland Empire. It was like the VIP area. So before they would go in to see the actual show, I'd sort of entertain them.
Oh, really?
Well, I think the first one I did was like for kids mainly, which I hate doing kids. But it was
Well,
like
yeah.
Shaun the Sheep or something. It was like the pantomime or something. Like that, but that's
Max
and then-
flinging cards about.
Very good. It's a very good thing to have in your locker to get girls, I think.
well, you'd think, wouldn't you? But it doesn't quite work that way. But yeah, and then you'd go to see the show.
Because have you ever?
Is that how you pulled Eva?
No.
Because have you ever read the book The Game?
I knew you were going to say that. I read it twice, I think.
Mate, I read.
So what I used
the
to
only
take
book
from
I've
it,
proper read.
obviously one of the moves was to put girls down and that, wasn't it? To neg them out. So I
Yeah,
used to just
yeah,
go out
neg-
and just fucking torture people. Like didn't go
Aye.
down well. Like
No. One of my mates was like obsessed with it.
Yeah.
He was like taking everything from it. Do you know what I mean?
I remember as like I think I must have been about 17, 18 when I read it, and I remember thinking, this is it.
Aye.
This is all I need.
Aye.
Like this is I can basically pull whoever I want now.
What's this book called?
I was
The
gonna-
Game.
So what's it about?
Just about getting
It's
girls. Really.
A profession.
Right.
What is he? A professional
Pickup artist.
pickup artist. That's it. So
Aye.
there's actually like the Magic Circle. You can become a pickup artist and you go
But
to
just
these like,
creepier.
conferences. And that. Well, yeah, basically because you have to dress like a knobhead, basically.
Well, you
have
do
to-
why
it. You do
I-
it at the Magic Circle.
Yeah.
What do you used to
Why I
wear?
got-
You should just wear your own clothes at the Magic. Like it wasn't.
Not a
wasn't
top
anything-
hat and that.
No.
Well,
No.
there's a bit in the book that says you should peacock, isn't there?
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
that might play an influence on my flamboyant dress sense.
Do you reckon? Yeah.
I'm like,
Took it too
right.
literally.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, let's wear some pink trousers. Get it in.
Yeah. He had the lowest cut T-shirt you've ever seen.
Ooh.
The scoop neck
You could see
times 10.
Yeah,
know
you
about
could see
them,
me
do you?
grade 1 pubes.
Yeah. My faded pubes. Yeah, it was a crazy book. Like, basically, you had to go out wearing off-it shit, take the piss out of women, really, do magic, and you're in.
So this was part of the.
Yeah.
They were saying you should learn to get girls. They
do
were
like a
saying
magic
you
trick.
You should be able to do a couple of magic tricks.
Yeah.
Just to like.
Yeah.
Never
Get the
worked for me,
attention.
like, but you know.
Have you ever used it? Because it is a good opening.
I
isn't
wouldn't
it?
say used it.
You amazed us, though, when you did it
Does
with
it?
us. You had us in the palm of your hand.
It's awesome magic. Like.
Yeah.
And
It
then
really
we
is.
videoed it.
That
We
was
watched
it.
back,
That
we
was
were like,
that
oh,
was it. That was mainly lads who were more
No, but if you went up to a group of women on that night out
They'd
when
love
we
it.
were,
And
they'd have loved it. Yeah.
it was tried and it failed.
What you
Oh,
like
so you
about
did
it
do
now?
No,
it?
it was all the lads who just ended up coming to you.
Oh, so you actually did try and go to a group of women
It wasn't.
to do it.
It wasn't specifically for that.
But men
purpose,
just
but-
came in and pushed them out
But
the way.
yeah, it was men who were more astounded, more fascinated by it, and just like
The one at your wedding was mental.
He was
Because
ridiculous,
I
wasn't he?
told him about a few of them once, and he kind of said how he might have done it. But what I didn't realise is that he was setting us up for tricks before he come over to the circle.
Yeah.
So he was planting stuff in. I mean, he did it to Phil. We were doing summit, and then he pulled a phone out of Phil's pocket, and he was like, "Who's that? Who's that?" And I was like, "Hey, where's that coming?" Like, but Mark was saying you'd have probably put that in your pocket.
Yeah.
A few minutes earlier, and
If you
set the
get
trick
a
up.
drunk enough audience, you can do
Yeah.
fucking anything
Aye.
to them.
Yeah, we
And
realised
the
that when we
watches
watched
as
the
well. He
video.
had some.
Yeah.
He had some.
can be
He took
shit.
everyone's watch off them, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was
Off,
just.
he was good. Him like.
Yeah, he was awesome. Him, but it is. It's. I think magic's it's a class thing to have in your locker. Like
It is
definitely.
Yeah.
I think some of the big magic tricks, right? There's got to be some element of magic in them.
Yeah, it's fucking
has
it's
to be.
impossible.
Just a joke.
There's
isn't
no
it?
way that's just
Give
like.
me a for instance.
I can't think.
Dynamo mooching about the river.
No, I don't know about him.
That
like.
was a
A
block in the river. They put a transparent thing there, and the people going past in the boat was
The fucking
stooge.
the phone in the glass.
I'm going to get shot for this. The magic circle's going to be
What
ringing
about the
me.
phone glass? The phone in the glass.
Take that tattoo off your arm right now.
Yeah. Not allowed anymore.
Are we not allowed to discuss the phone? How would you get the phone in the glass?
It's just a fake glass, and most of the people on the camera are
What about-
stooges as well.
What about when you sign a card and it ends up in the back of your phone,
In the back of your phone?
or it ends up like somewhere off it in boxes,
pocket,
tucked
or something.
away? Yeah, in your wallet and shit.
It can be. There's a number of ways to do it. It depends. I'd have to see it to.
Because I'm sure I've seen one where you sign a card, he tucks it away, you take your wallet out, he pulls it out your wallet.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or you pull it out your
I'll
wallet.
take a note
It's
with
not
a,
actually. It probably isn't. The way I would do it is not. It's not actually in the wallet. You just as you hold
Yeah,
the
it's
wallet.
somehow,
You,
yeah.
there's some way of doing it, but nothing's magic.
It is. There's got
Like,
to be,
come
mate.
on.
There's got to be.
I think it's magic.
We didn't go to Hogwarts.
You definitely did.
Yeah, maybe.
You will get shot now.
Yeah.
There must be real magic out there.
Fuck off.
Some of the tricks are like that good.
Do you know what? It's quite depressing, really, because you watch it and you're amazed, and then you find out what it's done. You're like, fucking shite that.
Yeah.
It is just sad and depressing.
I always
Takes a
remember
lot
that with
of
the Masked Magician.
Yeah,
Used to
he
be on a
was.
Saturday. I
used
used to
to-
watch it. My
used
nana's.
to-
Yeah, that was
didn't
a.
And he used to tell you exactly how he's done it. And you're like,
Yeah.
ah, fuck
Yeah,
me, that's
it
shit.
Oh,
looks.
yeah, I
It
remember that.
just looks
Remember
rubbish, doesn't it? And then, but then before you know how to do it, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's still awesome though when you see it because you're looking for holes, aren't you? Sometimes you're like, how do you do that? And you just
Yeah.
And I used to like telling people how I did it as well.
Have you
thank
ever
you,
been
Aaron.
hypnotised?
No such thing.
I don't. It
Because
didn't work.
I used to love Darren Brown, me.
Yeah,
And do you know where he does that? And they just
I
sleep.
don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of shite. You
No,
think.
there's
no
You're, full,
such
you're
thing.
getting paid to fuck it.
I'm not too sure on that one. Like I
Yeah.
don't think that
Yeah.
works.
I don't know.
I studied a little bit of I researched a little bit of hypnotism, and it's
Yeah.
not really.
I'm apparently susceptible to it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
hang
you
on
are.
a
You
minute.
definitely. You're a
Mark.
salesman's best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ross can fall asleep.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah.
Goes like
Yeah.
that.
Basically, if you've got a guy there who's meant to be a hypnotist, and then
Yeah.
he tells you to fall asleep, and you're on stage, 90% of people, or around about there, will just go,
Yeah.
just regardless of, you know
I
what I mean,
remember,
just to play along.
um,
And
you
then
just play along.
There was
That's
someone who
what
tried to
I've
do
done.
it to me in Barcelona, and I was like, I think I wanted him to do it that much. I was like,
Aye.
go on, send me to sleep,
yeah,
send me
and
to
that's
sleep,
it.
come on.
And that's it.
You
and
can
then
do it.
You can do fucking anything from
Yeah,
there.
but it didn't work. Oh,
Nah, people just basically go along with it, don't they?
Yeah, that's because they don't want to
not
be embarrassed.
awkward.
That's
Aye.
it. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
human nature. They don't want to be embarrassed on stage or cause a scene, so
Aye.
they naturally just play along with it.
Ah, okay.
Aye, it does- it
And then
does-
from
does-
there,
it
it's
didn't
just
work.
showmanship and a load
Yeah.
of bullshit.
Fucking hell, Mark, you just ruined my dreams here.
Yeah, I
Of
know.
Actual
This is-
magic.
Yeah,
What a shame.
but
Yeah.
hey,
I know how to make Ross fall asleep. Just put him in that chair and put a gown on him and just go sleep, people.
yeah. Just hold the clip in here his head.
Haircut's very getting your haircut though. I'm if I can get my haircut, I'm just like that.
Yeah.
No, Ross is like 10 seconds into it.
Yeah. You have to hold my head up.
Yeah,
Big
it's not, it
heaving,
doesn't
man.
even fall asleep. It's that. You're like, right, okay, mate. That fade's got a bit higher.
Your fault.
We haven't. You obviously you made a point of not really talking about Barber and stuff. Have you touched? Have you?
Not really.
Have you
Nah,
not?
No.
nah.
Nah.
It's not the Barbering podcast.
Yeah, we just thought like
it's one of just how good of a job is it though?
Yeah,
it's the best job.
It's so good, isn't it?
Well, like you kind of like touched on it when you've been a postman, a dancer, and your other jobs kind of thing. You've never really gone for your run of the mill job, have you?
No.
And it's just so happens you've ended up in a job that isn't a job. So you from the off, you were obviously looking for something that wasn't work.
Yeah,
weren't you? So
it has to. For me, it
has to be fun.
It has to be.
You have to get something out of it.
I think so.
Yeah. It was ingrained in me. I remember being like 13 or something, and people were like, what do you want to do? And other than being a footballer and all that, I always had in my head, I am not going to do a job that I don't enjoy. I'm just not going to do it. And no one told me to think like that, but it was just in me from a young age. And I've never had a normal job.
No.
Like what you call normal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It should be learnt from a young age. Like I think in school, like
it should.
Your life guidance, like you should get taught. Like
it's almost it's pressure.
It's a mentality
people get
thing.
pressurized almost to have like an office job.
Yeah,
and it still is today, and it's bad.
But we couldn't be in a more different world than like we've kind of grew up in a different generation, but like especially now. This technology age we're in now, all the old like habits of office jobs and 9 to 5s and shit like that, throw them out the window now. They mean nothing. 9 to 5. Why don't we change all the hours of working hours so that everyone's not in traffic on a morning? Like these are all just old values that we.
It surprises me how many why it is so busy on a Saturday, Sunday, and why it is so much traffic on like a 9 till 5. Because there's a lot of office jobs stuck
in the
so
fucking
much
rat race.
More.
Yeah, people are still
other stuff as well. It's mental.
We need to just throw all the old traditions out.
Which, to be fair, I think now probably will with everyone working from home, working more.
Yeah, it's the beginning of a new.
I really think it is.
Bringing the siestas.
I think it is good.
Bringing the siestas.
Yeah. No, but it's like you want to have just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Having a night, spending good quality time with your family.
Yeah.
You can, don't get me wrong, work hard, but it's just get that balance, and you do your job. It's you're there the most of your life. So surely get that right. Do something that.
But we're in this new age now where no one's lived in the age we're in now. This technology age. These external variables that completely fuck our heads up. There's so many digital things now that are like none of the older generations have had to deal with. So like you have to completely change the way you live now. Like we have to do so many things just to keep your head right. We've spoke about it. Go for walks, do this, do that. Yeah. So our working days they need to change. You need to work out a way. Even if you had to work like completely different days to suit your life, so that you can keep yourself mentally better to then work better.
Aye.
Like people before in the older generations didn't have all this technology to deal with.
No.
So there were a lot less. There's a lot less stresses outside of work. So like their lives were a little bit slower, a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Now in this new age, we need to adapt.
You can go really deep into this conversation because if you get into mental health and stuff, where people having to, really consciously use the gym. And go for walks and stuff, because you've got the social media, you've got the Instagram, you've got the comparison factor, haven't you?
No one else had that.
You've got like a highlight reel of someone's awesome life that is pretty much bullshit.
But you don't see the rest.
Whereas you've kind of like got your own stuff going on, or maybe it's your own problems, and you kind of like, and this is where the mental health stuff comes in. The stats are crazy now.
Look at
it's creating mental health, I think.
I'm worried for the future generation.
When you won Big Brother, right? You went into Big Brother as a run-of-the-mill Northern lad.
Yeah.
You left Big Brother as a run-of-the-mill Northern lad, and we never seen anything different. We then didn't see you posting pictures in London, living the high life, and out like that.
Yeah,
we didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
So all we saw was a run-of-the-mill mint lad doing something mint on telly. And that was it.
Oh, he won.
Then we didn't have to follow your life after that.
Yeah.
And like want to be you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a complete. That's the difference.
Yeah. It was doing the Big Brother thing with having that extreme fame, and then kind of like coming out of it, and like it was hard, but I can't even imagine how hard it would be when you've got the social media, like people.
Yeah.
Constantly saying stuff to you.
Yeah. It does my head in.
They have an expectation of what they want you to be. So you have to live up to that then.
Yeah.
And you would feel 23-year-old, you would have felt it. You would have wanted to be it. You'd have fully embraced it.
Yeah.
And then probably been fucked.
Yeah, totally. Like, because, you know, when you're younger, you really hung up on what people think of you, because, you know, you're just not experienced. Whereas when you get a bit older, you're kind of like, you know, as long as me close friends, family think I'm nice, it's pretty much irrelevant.
I think that's the best thing about getting older. I think.
Yeah,
you just cut out the bullshit. Simple as that.
Yeah, you just. I tell you what, that is something crazy from being 39-year-old. How much of a different animal, how much of a different person I am from the young lad that just purely is off, you know, life experience, just learning and stuff, and you become so much more evolved when you, and you never think that, do you? When you're young, you can't. When your dad's,
you don't want to listen to you
telling you advice. You kind of think, what do you?
But
know?
then, how many pennies drop every year, and you go, that's what you meant. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you like all these things you got taught when you were like younger. You fuck off. And then you get 1 year older and you do something. You're like, that's what you meant. That's how you're supposed to be. That's like I get it now. And it's I'm just so glad we got to grow up in the playing outside era. I'm so thankful for that.
It's like you drive around the estates now.
There's not one person in the park.
There's no fucking kids about.
No. It's 6 weeks holidays now. Every kid is in their house now playing
on the Xbox.
Getting up
PlayStation.
Getting up at 2 in the afternoon. Well, you used to get up a little bit late, but 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's like we see kids now. Like you'll get like a kid now. They'll put their head down. They don't want to talk to you. What's the word? Like socially awkward.
Yeah.
They don't know how to interact with a conversation with someone. They're just like
unless it's on a headset.
Do you know what? It's almost as if this COVID was almost. In a way, meant for us to reset a little bit, and I think after this, there's so many people have come out with it, and they are thinking about the mental health, and they are thinking about the future of the kids and stuff like that.
It's something that I could, with me having a baby in August, it's something that I can't bear the thought of. You know, a kid who's just on the computer all the time, on the phone all the time. It's like it's something that I'm just not going to have.
You'll see it firsthand. Like, for example, a dad comes in with a kid screaming in the barber shop, put the iPad in front of him, YouTube in front of him. Yeah, that's it.
Numb the brain.
It's like when I watch it and I see it, I just think, fuck.
When was the last time a den was made?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I used to. Who used to play Hares and Hounds, where you would literally, me and my mates, we would go to the park. There would be like, say, a team of 4,
two dens,
and a team of 4, and this team of the 4 had to catch
Fox and Hounds. It was called
Foxes and Hounds. You know, hiding in bushes in the park and playing blocky. Like,
well, that's what I think. I can't remember what we called it, but it was something. Yeah, we used to have 2 teams, and we had a grid of like basically houses and fields that you couldn't go past. Yeah, and you give them a 2-minute head start, and you'd have to go and catch them. Yeah, but it was the best time of your life. I've experienced. Been where it's like no phones, and now we're in the generation that we are, and I don't know. Honestly, taking everything into consideration, I think I'd prefer where it wasn't like that.
Yeah, 100%.
People were better.
Meeting the lads, it would be kind of like we're meeting at 6:30.
Knocking the door,
there would be no other correspondence apart from meeting each other.
You might get your house phone rang, and then you make your plans, and then if you're not there, you're not there.
It was always like knock. We'll go knock for blah blah blah.
Yeah, knocking on someone.
Yeah. No, there's no fucking
You go knock on someone and no, I'm not coming up. All right, I'll walk back home then.
Yeah, or ringing a lass's house phone.
Yeah, for the first time.
The dad picking up, saying,
hello, it's Louise.
But
house phones, man, mental.
I still know my old house.
I was thinking I know mine as well.
I know mine. I know a couple of my mates as well.
Mine was a corker. 01325 253 321.
Yeah.
That was my house number.
569, man was.
253 321.
507.
Did Mark, did you used to answer the phone 01325 480 569? Mark speaking.
No, definitely. I'm a bit too young for that, I think.
Yeah, one of my mates used to do that. I was like, what are you doing, man?
What?
Yeah, you used to answer the phone with the number that you've just rang.
That is an old-fashioned thing, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why don't you say, hello, it's fucking blah, blah, blah speaking?
And then they say it, you're like, oh, yeah, I've got the wrong number, yeah. I've just put it in.
That's weird, that, like.
I think that, it sort of happened when phones first became a thing.
Yeah, but why repeat
I don't know why.
I think it's just to make sure you've typed the right number that you've just typed in.
Surely if you heard the voice you dialed, you think, well, Why the fuck why are you reading a number out, you daft fucking twat?
Yeah.
Jay.
But yeah, hopefully everyone's a bit more aware of it all, and then the next we sort of like reset a bit, and the next generation has a bit more of a fighting chance. Because
it's going to get worse.
It is going to get worse.
It's going to get worse.
How did you all cope with the lockdown?
Loved it.
Did you?
Absolutely loved it.
Horrendous.
I'm on your team. Like,
yeah,
I'm leaning towards that.
Like, the first one, loved it. It was summer.
Amazing, wasn't it?
We had time off. I was able to spend time with family, friends, even though you shouldn't be, but and like you say, just reset and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, we've spoke about it quite a lot, and I've literally transformed my full head, my full being, if you like.
You've come back a different person.
Yeah, completely
100%.
different. Yeah,
it's big sensible Rossi, isn't it?
Yeah.
I won't call him sensible.
Well, I mean,
you
see him on fire. Though,
he's on the right path.
With the business stuff, it's just like boom, boom, boom. Everything I'm watching you do as a company and brand, and it's like, wow, this is awesome.
And it's lockdown, to be honest. It's the reset, and I reckon it's going to sound pretty bad, really, considering it was quite a bad thing that has happened. But I reckon there was certain points in lockdown that I was the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Simple
Sat
as
in
that.
your bed, in fucking McDonald's.
No,
spitting sweets out.
I think it
on
was
me walk,
for me.
Do you know it's the no missing out. You've got nothing, no distractions.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I didn't tend to go out much before anyway, but it was not having people going out and expecting you to go out, or you know what I mean, or judging you for not going out. You know what I mean? It was just like you knew.
I think when you spoke about family as well, I completely created a relationship with my family in lockdown, definitely, because of the stillness.
You know, if you had, like, just say you had a limited time left, what would you want to do? You would want to be with your family, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd redo lockdown.
Yeah.
More or less.
Me and Soph loved it, especially when the weather was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Like
the first one,
I had so many barbecues.
Yeah,
so many barbecues.
Well, I tell you what, I think it boosted our industry, didn't it? I mean, one of the main topics was definitely a haircut.
Yeah,
people have
100%.
like
it really was
they don't take it for granted now, do they?
No.
And like
Never.
I don't think even in the war and stuff, people still got the haircut. There's never been a time where you can't groom yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because people look at our job. It's one of our jobs. They look at it and they think, it's a piece of piss, because we make it look so easy.
Yeah.
You give that a go yourself,
Yeah.
you know
you're
fucked up. And once you're fucked up, you can't
think,
stick it back
anyone
on.
can cut hair.
Yeah.
It's,
a lot of people do think that.
Yeah, it's class.
Yeah.
No, it was class seeing some. You know what they think, right? You know when if you say do like a high skin fade,
they
just think it must just be like really short.
Yeah,
you don't have to like
blend
up.
We
were
were
asking one of my clients, his missus done it. It was honestly,
we see
horrendous.
We were talking about this the other day, right? So do you know when some people come in and they go, "Oh yeah, I just want a one faded into a two."
Yeah,
and we were saying, right, what we should do is get a dull head.
It was a 0 into a half.
A 0 into a half.
0 into a half. I was like, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know? Just
do it. Just do exactly what they've said. Right. I'm going to take the half to there. And put the 0 to there. There you go.
What do you think they'd say? They wouldn't know. You think they say, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they would.
100%. 100%.
But I just do it 0 to a half.
I'll do it.
You kind of let them have it because you kind of think, you think you know what you're on about.
They haven't got
and I know what you're trying to say, so I'm not going to pull you up on it.
Fuck it, I will do it. I will fucking bald your sides up to your.
Or when they say a fade, just give us a fade. It's like
fade from a what?
What
fade you just want like
I think
your whole head faded.
A fade to me is a 0 faded up, but then you get people who go, it's just a fade on the side.
A 2
number 3 fade.
A 2 faded.
A skin fade from a 3.
No, they go. Is a 1 a skin fade?
I mean, we laugh, but they don't know.
No.
Poor bastards.
We speak like them like cattle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But no, they've made. I think.
And for you who say that, you know who you are.
Clients have made everything possible, haven't they?
Of course.
Yeah. So you're always grateful.
It's it's the best. The stories. It's this. I mean, it's just like I always say it. I've had the bar. There's definitely been times where I've come in from work and I've thought, like that's been what a shift that was. Or I've dealt with someone who was drunk or whatnot. I've never ever come in from a day's graft as a barber and had a bad day.
Yeah.
Every single day is class.
Yeah.
Every single day, like I've got a spring in my step.
Yeah.
It's class. It's like I don't think people understand how much we love it.
It
really
it's
is.
not. It's because you get someone that they might come in, they've had a bad day. You're making them feel fresh. You're making someone else feel good about themselves, and that you're making them feel better. It's like gives you a self of like
exactly, Jay. So back to basics. At the end of the day, all we do for our profession is make people feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Is that not like? I get goosebumps thinking about it there.
But you can watch someone walk through the door, they've got their head down and that. They walk out, they're looking fresh.
Yeah, feeling good.
Got a smile on the face.
Yeah.
Like you notice the energy
how many
change.
lives do we ruin by doing that? They come in and they're like, "Oh, I can't be arsed, blah blah blah."
Fridays.
Tunes on, beer, haircut.
Right, I'm going out.
Yeah, every time. 2 weeks later,
Every time.
Yeah.
I'm dumped. I've got no else.
Every time. Man.
Yeah,
But no, it is very simple what we do, but it's a lot deeper as well as there's
So much
a
deeper.
couple of me.
Well, how many best mates have you got out of it?
I know there was one client who messaged me like he told me I got him through a certain stage in his life, and he thanked me, and it was really rewarding because you'll know yourself that you get told so much.
We're not just barbers, we're psychiatrists as well.
Pretty much is though.
It is,
like
It's,
you get told some
deep shit.
I feel as if like, and I'm very suited to nature wise to I'm very caring, and people do feel as if they can open up, and I think that's probably a trait in us as barbers that you probably we all have, because once we get doing it, we kind of think, oh wow, this is such an awesome job. It's not even a job. It's like a hobby.
That's how I describe it, as it's just a hobby.
Yeah.
I'm just cutting my mates out having a chat.
To be a decent barber, you have to be a certain type of person. So like, if anyone, you can teach anyone to cut hair, but you can't teach everyone the social skills and like any good barber gives a shit. Gives a shit about the person in the chair, not just about themselves. Yeah. I wouldn't put a negative spin on the industry, but like there is a lot of people where you see it's about them, and that's fair enough. They love doing what they're doing, and people love them for being like that. Yeah. But for me, my heroes in the industry, like yourselves, are people like just give a shit about the person in the chair. Yeah. For that half an hour or an hour, all that we concentrate on is that person sat in the chair. Yeah. It's about them. Yeah. Yeah. They might ask us. Some people like to know your crack, don't they? Like some people come for a bit of crack. That what have you been doing?
Especially if you've got a recurring client.
Yeah, they love. It's a bit of give and take. Yeah. But generally, when they sit down, it's about them. And our job is to make them feel and look as best as possible in half an hour.
Yeah. I think there's probably a lot of people getting into the industry for the other reason of like being about them, and it's
well, it's become become a cool job, hasn't it? Yeah, it's definitely become a cool job.
Yeah, I mean, how many people do you come to you saying, "Oh, I want to be a barber,"
especially after lockdown, cutting all the mates' hairs and whatnot.
Yeah. I can do it.
I can do that. Cap on backwards.
I couldn't believe. I remember I started off as a hairdresser, and it was so hard. It was like I was by far the worst in the class as well, because girls are used to putting their own ponytails in and stuff, and it was kind of like
I was useless. Same mate.
Oh God, like this is just.
I couldn't even comb hair.
Imagine me with a woman's hair. I'd be fucking arms and fingers. It's hell.
And it's hard when I like being good at stuff. Yeah. And being the worst in the class, it was like I hated it. Yeah.
That's what I was to say. I just come out of uni, got a degree, chip on my shoulder, walk into a salon, and I'm the bitch. I've got 19-year-old lasses bossing me about, sweep my hair up, do this, do that, make me a drink. I used to like every now and then I'd have a meltdown, but like it made what I am now really. I don't. I mean, we've kind of instilled that as well, haven't we? Especially with Abby now. Just you have to learn your stripe.
I was having this conversation with Abby to do.
Yeah,
she takes it very, very well.
She takes it very well. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
She's not bothered.
I mean,
nothing phases her.
No.
That must be quite daunting as well, coming into a barber shop with 3 blokes.
Oh, it's what we had to do.
Yeah.
It's daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, very daunting.
You're in a woman's world in a salon.
Yeah.
It's where how many women come in for like 2 blow dries a week and they own the place, don't they? They come in, they just put the stuff where they won't get me a drink.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Jesus. When you're not confident, it's not a nice place to be.
Yeah, definitely.
What I've seen with Abby, when she's knocked out a few more cuts now, she's more vocal.
Yeah.
Because she feels like one of us. When she's just being our assistant, you feel a bit submissive. As soon as you start cutting hair,
100%.
if you cut hair amongst, like as soon as I start cutting women's hair amongst them, I'm like, all right, get me a coffee. Do you know what I mean? You then become the kind of a part of the team.
100%.
Yeah, and you know though, like, you used to be, it's okay to be rubbish because you are, when you first start, you are going to be rubbish.
Yeah.
Some of my first haircuts, fuck me.
Aye.
They were horrific.
You can't hold scissors.
No.
You can't. The hair doesn't actually cut.
Remember
that? The hair just bends.
At the same time.
Yeah. That was it. Like, comb. Now put your scissors in your hands. Like, you're just like, oh.
Yeah. And it's so second nature now.
And
I tell you what, I still love watching haircuts on YouTube.
TikToks when you're not watching sharks or farts, you're watching haircut tutorials.
Just this, even though we do it all day.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
I opened my tablet earlier to edit some photos, and the first thing it was just a video of a haircut.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't, Mark. I was looking on your shoulder. It was porn.
I see what it was.
Remember when we met La Monica?
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
Just like,
amazing. His videos are still sick.
He it probably comes with being absolutely excellent at something. He did have a little bit of aura about him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does.
It was.
I've seen him.
He's a great talker as well.
Yeah.
I think we
so sure of himself because like you say, he's a master.
Even if he was doing rubbish, he'd talk you into if he was doing something brilliant. He's a very good talker.
Yeah, but I think he's firstly the real deal. Like, he's obviously been.
He's a pioneer.
He's obsessed with his craft.
Yeah,
obsessed.
Yeah,
and obviously
he's perfected it.
Yeah,
like, down to a T.
He won't say that though.
No. And he probably he won't have perfected it.
His birth into it was like Sassoon and that, wasn't it? He's come from like the most creative hairdressing background you can come from.
Right,
you know what is? I think he's been molded because he's come from the Sassoon technical hairdressing side, and then he actually worked in an Afro.
Yeah, well, that's what they said as well. So they used to go. When they used to get the haircuts, they used to go to a hairdresser to cut the top and an Afro barber's for a fade, and this was like 12 years ago, before fades were even in. They were already getting fades.
The masses of the fades, aren't they? Afros.
Yeah, and the fades have been in since the 80s. Go back as far as that. I mean, Bad Boys 1, they had fades even back then. So, like, obviously they used to just have the afro in, like, the 70s. So I think by the 80s they were fading. But we've only, like, had fades fashionable for about the last 12 ish. Nah, not even that way. It'd be 10 years.
I'd be 10 about years. That. Aye.
Yeah.
And then obviously he's had them fundamentals
for that
based on, along with his personality of, he's obviously obsessed with his craft.
Just pure drive, isn't it?
Yeah. And then obviously crossing over, probably is one of the first to cross over the technical hairdressing over to the fading, which evolved and being, the ultimate barber.
For me, like you say with that aura, he's got that. When you think of a top sportsman,
I
feel like he's got it in the barbering world.
Yeah.
And, because he's continued still now. Yeah, you just watch him doing educational videos every day, and it's like he's just loving it still.
Yeah.
I seen him with a plaster on his finger though not long ago.
Did you? I think I've noticed one or two of them before.
I was buzzing. Yeah. I was buzzing.
Cut himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet it wasn't him. I bet it was someone else.
I'm top finger cutter in here.
So. Yeah.
It's probably to do with these. He's ditched the scissors.
Yeah.
He does it with his fingers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mark. Right. So Mark's quite obviously magic background. He's got good hands. Flicks his scissors about.
I've seen that.
He's very
flashy.
He's very fast.
Yeah.
He's very fast and a very like good snip, if you like. Yeah. But what comes with that is when he gets his angle wrong or he loses concentration.
And it only has to be off by a fucking millimetre.
He doesn't slice himself. He just takes the full knuckle off.
Oh yeah, there's a flap. I'm surprised it's not like hardened now to pure cartilage of like scar tissue, but yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You'll just see him just holding his finger like that.
You never
is
see
it a bad
him?
one?
Like, it's a bad one.
You never see him cut himself thinking about it.
The odd time.
First time he got his when we got the new scissors, stabbed himself clean in the stomach.
Oh yeah, stabbed himself in the stomach.
Oh yeah, that's the only time I can recollect
No, I've seen it because I've got the plasters over at my section.
Yeah, I've been over
He's
a couple of
about
times.
He comes over, I'm like, cut yourself. He's like,
yeah.
Never
But
tells me.
I've done it. You've jinxed me now.
Never tells me.
yeah.
By the way, from not talking about Barber's probably took over now.
Do you know, this is why we didn't want to talk about, because you can't stop, because we are passionate.
Yeah, but it's it should be touched on, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've got,
there's 4 barbers, you can't not really, can you?
Yeah,
there's a lot of passion there.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we love what we do.
Yeah. We
chose it because we knew we'd love it. So if anyone's out there and don't like the job, you know what to do.
Become a barber.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah. For a certain type of person, it's it's an absolutely amazing job. Like.
Yeah, and more current events. Something you've just signed up for.
Yeah, so I've yesterday it got confirmed. I'm doing a charity boxing fight, which I
want to know.
Yeah, want to know. I tell you what, I've done some adrenaline fueled things in my life, but I tell you what, going for having like an organised boxing fight with a crowd is right up there with the
because it's not just a crowd, it's like 50 of your pals waiting for you to get knocked the fuck out in it.
Well, it's a win-win for them because your mates they want you to win.
Yeah.
But if you get punched all over,
it's funny.
It's also quite fun.
I don't know, like if one of you went for it, like
you bet against England, so you'll be betting against us.
I did bet against England.
Piece of fucking shite.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know what it is? I'd be petrified in that atmosphere.
You don't know until you've done it though.
It's something that I might have to look into, because I think it's up there with it's quite fearful for me, that. Yeah, just like the embarrassment in it. You're putting yourself right out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really.
But the also how good it feels after you've done it. You really feel because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. So
is this that white collar boxing thing, or is this something totally different?
Yeah, so it's basically white collar boxing. That's what it technically is. So I've done one before,
right?
And I've been going to Peter Shepardson boxing. I've been kind of going there every week, kind of like in the back of my head, slightly flirting with maybe considering having another go, because I really enjoyed it last time, and then I basically seen that there was something called Box Star. I seen it on Instagram, seen Tom Zanetti and stuff sort of doing it, and then I just messaged them. I messaged them direct saying, "Listen, backgrounds, Big Brother won it in 2005. If you're looking for some more fighters on the card, I'll be up for doing it." And then basically they've ended up getting back in touch.
So do you know who you're up against yet? Or
that gets mentioned. I think that gets confirmed tonight. But
is it the one Lee Ryan?
Ryan's doing it.
Fighting with.
Is Lee Ryan doing it? Is he?
Lee Ryan's fighting.
Has he confirmed a fight? Like
he's confirmed with. I'm sure he's confirmed with someone.
Lee Ryan, he's from.
You'd smash him a bit. Like
no, he's confirmed with.
You might get T at the Z.
Am I wrong?
I don't think. No,
he's
I'm not fighting him. I'm not.
No.
I think it's going to be done on a profile. Obviously, I'll probably have the worst kind of famous profile amongst everyone.
Yeah,
being the least known type thing with social media following and all that type of stuff. So
fucking hell. So it could be televised, or not?
I don't know whether it's going to be televised.
Like,
I'll tell you what the best thing.
I'll be going to that. Like
Mike Buffer, him who says get ready.
Yeah,
to rumble.
I seen him on the advert.
He's the compare.
Mate,
He's the compare.
That's worth it anyway.
I know. I'm thinking
he's a million quid. He's a million quid cheap.
Getting introduced off him, it'll be
Isn't that just? That's a dream.
And what you call it? Chris Kamara's the commentator. So that's
two big hitters.
It's I just think.
Imagine Cam fucking commentator, man. He'd just be screaming, won't he?
I know, but for me, it's just like I like just having. for me, life's about trying to just do as many experiences as possible and just enjoying life and just just like I said, it's a bit of I like kind of challenging myself, and I think it'll just be if anything, it'll just be a class experience as long as I don't get my face punched in.
Is that why you've started on the water tonight, isn't it? You've started training.
Yeah. So, well, for me, if I'm doing something, I'm all in. If I'm doing something,
So when you're supposed to be fighting, do you know?
So on October the 2nd.
It's that fucking James English who does the podcast.
That's
who he's fighting.
Mental.
I've seen them both training. So there's the cards there. You've got Bez. Oh, fucking
Bez
fighting.
Fucking. He's off his nut.
Be alright if you get Bez though, wouldn't you?
Have you seen how slow he talks? He can't move about a ring now.
Too much fucking ease them.
You're right, yeah. Oh, hang on. That big lad off Essex.
Dan Osborne.
You don't want him.
Oh, he's a big old lump.
Dan
Osborne.
Osborne.
That guy out of X Factor.
You know who I think I'm doing it against is
who's he?
No. I think it's not been fully confirmed on their socials, but I think I'm going to be doing it against the guy who he does funny voices. Is it
the Scottish guy?
No, is it Tim? He pretends he's a little boy.
What's he called?
Is he called Tim? Tiny Tim?
Tiny Tim, yeah. He's all over social media, isn't he?
Hey, hang on. Bez is getting trained off Hutton.
Yeah, I've seen that. Mate, Lee Ryan's getting trained off. Well, I've just seen it there. Is it fucking Joshua?
Never.
What?
Yeah.
Is he?
Peter Shep, you've got your work cut out here.
Fucking hell. Is he any good, like?
So you need pencil if you're available, like come, it'll be good.
I'm up. Yeah, what date is it?
October the 2nd in Manchester.
Well, aye.
Saturday night.
Cushy. I'll come down for that. I was at your first one, so fanboy. Yeah, well, I'll try and pick up some people for the podcast. So I run a little podcast in the northeast.
I know that might be.
It could be. Tom Zanetti, he's up there, man. Get him on.
He came across class on that
Mint
on that program. What was it? The
Celebs Go Dating. What energy he's got, man.
He came across a class lad.
He's just a northern lad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's but like it was the crack with his son that won me over. Wow. Yeah. Obviously single parent.
Yeah.
Whatever. You took the kid on himself, and then the bird he was with that took him on with her, then she died, didn't she?
I know.
So then he was like went through a rough few years, but I think
you don't see that. You don't see that side.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah,
fucking quite a deep story that wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
But he came.
He's just like
I loved him.
A bit of you and him together. Your energies would just go. You'll meet that night. And you'll probably be pals after that. But he's just like because he's got that bit of a chava in him, which all of us have.
Yeah.
He's got he's a bit of a sorry, Mark. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bogger. You say well I now though.
Minority over
here. You're not.
I've always said well I.
You're not a chava, are you?
No. Joking, aren't you? Far from it.
So Mark, when people were down the park, like being chavas and that, Mark used to go and take pictures in the woods
of fires.
Yeah, I didn't. But
doing magic.
Yeah,
tricks.
Doing magic in my bedroom on my own, like a little freak.
Watching cake fart videos.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No. Yeah.
But yeah, he did come across well in that. That'll be good. Good event that. I'll come to that. Phil will be going money. Phil and that. Phil Cameron will come down.
As many as possible.
Phil will buy 10 tables or something.
Yeah.
Get the fucking Merc out. Take all the boys down. Yeah, that'll be good. That.
When's that? September.
October.
Yeah.
It's just getting. It's 3 rounds. 3 2-minute rounds. Honestly, tell you what, you don't. When I first done it, I was like, that'll be easy. It's so hard.
Train 6 weeks and it'll still be hard, won't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
12 weeks.
It's mad
because you just exert energy. I'm guessing in there when you're like flapping a bit.
Yeah,
because you're not going to be perfect in there. Yeah.
Well, when I done it the first time, I was like sparring 6 rounds. I got to the point where I was like doing 6 rounds, and I remember kind of the last time I sparred went fully at it 6 rounds, and I was like, I'm ready to do it. Sat down the second round, like blowing out my arse.
I remember you were like, I think it was the second round, and you turned round, you went, we were like, oh, he's fucked here.
Yeah. because I'd won.
He was a big lad you were fighting, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was quite a he was a bigger lad than me.
Yeah,
I remember I won the first round, but then I kind of like the second round. I think I lost that one, and then I remember thinking, "I'm blowing out my arse here, and I need to win this last one here." But honestly, someone messaged me actually about considering doing it. Who's just like not a fighter at all.
Yeah,
and I said, mate, honestly, do it. Because it'll be one of the best things you've done.
Yeah,
it's such a awesome experience. Like it's, you're scared.
Yeah,
and it's like you are facing potential
humiliation, isn't it? Yeah,
but to kind of step out your comfort zone and do it and just to get win, lose or draw, if you get through it, it's such a adrenaline fueled experience. Like,
yeah, would you boys do it? Have you done it?
Mate, nah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Next time it's on, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Maybe all three of us should do it.
Well, they do it at...
they run all the time.
They run all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd rather have to do one after the other, or we just do it all, we try and sign up all together.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get one of each other.
I would
Ross.
Want to I don't know. When I done it, there was a lad who worked for me, like, and I specifically said, like, look, do us a favour, just don't put me and him together.
Yeah, you don't want to fight your fucking mate.
Don't want to punch your mate in the face.
Nah.
Like,
I don't know.
Put me and Ross together, please.
I know, hang on a minute. So both of you have set me. So both of you want to punch me, both. Like.
Yeah.
Well, fuck yous.
Can't punch Jay, probably do me in.
So I wouldn't.
No.
Right, I see how it is.
Yeah, it's just awkward a white collar, innit? Because like, if you get fucking splattered by a fucking tatty, you're like,
yeah,
you're like.
Well, I honestly, I got nothing to lose, have I? So.
Well, that's well, we know.
I think that's almost why I would never do it. That's why I want to do it, because I
could see him just running.
I don't think anyone would expect much from me.
The only thing is though,
I can't scratch in these.
The thing is though, if you strip it back though, it's like, say, like at white collar, you're doing 16-ounce gloves
for charity as well.
And you've got the charity is irrelevant. Like, I must say, in terms of you're trying to take the bloke's head off.
Yeah.
There's no like, hey, let's.
No, it's not friendly.
It's friendly. It's like, no, when you're in the
you're in a ring fighting.
I remember some of the lasses are even worse. I remember some of the lasses coming out with bust noses, everything. They're pushing each other over. Like,
it's for a great cause for the charity. In terms of when you're in the ring, you.
So is the white collar boxing one for for charity as well? Or is that?
Yeah, it is for charity.
It's always for charity.
Oh, what's he called him? Lee. Oh, I remember my client he's a kickboxing instructor. When he said he jumped in, and he fucking ended up knocking that lad out on that white collar thing.
Did he?
Oh, what because
he's a kickboxing instructor. That's not fake fair, is it?
What he was a kickboxing instructor and he'd done the white collar event.
Yeah. He stepped in last minute, but he was against a heavyweight, a big guy, but he's only a little guy.
Right.
But he knew obviously a bit of experience, and he ended up knocking
someone with experience who really knows what they're doing against someone, a novice, massive
guy.
Be loud. The little one will still dust him all over.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, weight obviously does come into a factor, but when you're a novice, you're someone who knows what they're doing, they'll punch them all over.
With this charity, what does weight come into it, or is it just anyone
match
against
evenly? Team Europe, but obviously there's going to be like
ability.
Yeah.
The kind of if you
wouldn't put two people the same weight who's completely different ability.
No, you've got a list. You're kind of like, for me, people doing the white collar they shouldn't really have much experience doing it. It's like
takes the fun out of it. Then
it's for if you've had like a good few fights, you should probably do a proper amateur fight or something. It's for people who've not done it before.
Yeah,
pretty much. So when if you sign up doing it, you sign up and they're kind of watching you over. Say it's like around about an 8-week camp. They're watching you for 6 weeks, and then I think week 6 they match you up. And they match you up.
So they try and match you with someone with the same capability, the same weight,
same height. They want it to be a good fight. They want it to be a fair matchup.
Yeah,
there's no good someone kind of getting the face punched in at a charity event.
Yeah.
Kind of takes the fun out of the night, doesn't it? Someone's getting stretched out.
You want to see a fucking knockout, though, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Like,
you do.
I just wanted to get the facts straight before we actually sign up for anything.
Some people. Oh, right, that's why you're asking.
Right, let's sign up. We'll sign up.
Yeah,
I'll sign up.
They're doing one in July, and then they'll be doing one afterwards.
Every month, innit?
I think
they do loads now.
I think they are rolling them out. Like,
I mean, I'd be up for it.
You get 12 weeks free training.
Yeah.
Do they give you the training?
Yeah, it's perfect. It'd be perfect for you, Jake. It's the only thing
so you don't have to. I thought you were sort of left on your own.
Oh no, they do. They do the training. So I mean, if you ever want to kind of just say change your body up a bit, you kind of
sign me up.
Yeah.
Aye, it's good. It's great for getting. It's great for kind of getting in shape. Like
you'd do anything, Mark. Now.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
We spent the last 2.5 years getting you like that.
Well, anything I do, I put me. Like you said, I put my full effort into it.
Yeah.
Like when we did that 12-week body transformation, I went guns blazing.
You did like.
Did you, right?
Yeah.
Lost loads.
I was having this conversation earlier today, actually, and there was I don't think I've still got the photo, but I took a photo and you could see my ribs.
Really, yeah.
You can't see them now, they're somewhere there, but yeah.
That there worked for me. I've never experienced a diet or a thing like that in a short period of time.
It was not sustainable.
You completed it. I didn't. You did 21 days no carbs, didn't you?
Yeah, I completed that, and I kept.
That was the beginning.
I kept going for it.
That.
It must have been getting on for about 2.5 months.
Yeah,
I did it strict.
Yeah,
diet, strict training,
doing
and it fucking worked. Like
anyone can get in shape.
Wait, this is the thing. It's not rocket science, is it?
Oh, 100%.
Eat healthy. Go to the gym.
Yeah,
and you
eat less. Work out.
Yeah,
like that's your two. Yeah.
Ross, what's your secret?
Yeah, how far did he get through it?
Yeah,
we've probably already mentioned this before in a previous episode.
Hey, I was saying because I'm trying to diet now.
Whatever you say, it's half.
I've got 22 days till.
You're not trying to diet.
So I'm trying. Really? If I can diet, if I can eat clean for 22 days, it will be the longest I've ever ate clean.
I seen him in Aldi the other day with all sweets in his basket.
Uber Eats has messaged me today saying that we miss you.
Do you struggle with the diet because you've always been keen with the training?
Yeah, I've never dieted for longer than 6 days.
Yeah, but you don't hear what he's eating at home.
Yeah. Aye.
Eat like a pig.
And is it something that you've just you can't kind of like stay?
Yeah, I don't have the full why. Like I don't have the. I know I can get to a reasonable shape without eating clean.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So, but like, we burn 1,000 calories a day in here.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. It's on my watch.
I don't.
And I won't today.
How many have you burnt today?
Well, I've been napping today.
You saw Spanish today.
Yes. But then in the gym I'll burn at least 400 or 500. So there's 1,500 burning a day, and that's not even with the walks.
See, I'm the opposite to you. I can stick to a diet for a long period of time, but the training, I fucking hate the gym. I absolutely detest it. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't entertain me at all.
Aye. I find the training much easier than
I was telling these this week, so I mean, most people know, but I'm into heavy metal in the gym. Like it's all I listen to.
Oh really?
Like it's rather like I've upped it to Slipknot this week.
Really?
Right. But little did I know, I've been listening to Five Finger Death Punch for about the last 8 years.
Hang on, while we're on the Slipknot, the drummer died.
I know, yeah.
The other day. I seen it this morning. I think it was on.
He's only 46
on Instagram.
What's he look like?
Really,
I don't know.
It was just to be fair, it was just his mask. Joe something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I wouldn't know what he looked like.
No, he always has a mask on, doesn't
he? Which mask was he?
The one with the pins and.
Yeah.
Pin mask.
No, I don't think he was. But yeah, I've upped it to Slipknot, right? And but the ones I've been listening to aren't far off. But I used to be scared of Slipknot because of the masks. But the other day, right, I was in there and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give Slipknot a go. And I put this tune on and I was just like, yes, this is me. And I was doing this set and I was just like, I lost my head completely. I've got them, like I've got the AirPods, you can't hear anything outside. I just fully in my zone and I come out and I was just like, I feel mint. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
and that's my therapy.
When I got the nod doing the boxing, straight away I just went on like a 4-mile run. Listen, Rocky.
Yeah.
Right. But so before Rocky though, Goggins.
Oh yeah.
I listened to a Goggins long speech.
Yeah.
And I was just like this. There was one time I went, "Come on!" And I was running by myself. And then
he's definitely done that.
Changed it to Rocky.
Yeah.
Rocky 4. Some of the songs on there are just unreal.
Yeah.
And then AC/DC.
Oh well, God,
they're so good.
Yeah.
Like some of the tunes. It's mad how where music can take.
Goggins says you don't need music for motivation. But
I know
he's a fucking different animal. Because like I know I need music.
Yeah.
And I know it's like he'll call that weak.
Yeah, he does.
But like fuck off.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. You probably don't need music for motivation, but it gives you another gear.
Oh man,
Not even just in working out and that, it's just anything.
It's just the monkey. You need the monkey.
Yeah,
put you up fucking 10 gears straight away.
I appreciate new monkey in the gym and that. Well, anywhere really. Yeah,
everywhere.
Listen to that Goggins. Wow.
Yeah,
he's such a.
His audiobook helped change my life a bit.
Did it?
Yeah. Just fucking in a bitch. See you later.
I know.
But just talking in the mirror like these. No, we've spoken about it loads, but just talking to yourself in the mirror, like just being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Like just we all like beat around certain things, and you lie to yourself with certain things and stuff like that, and that beats it out you, doesn't it?
Definitely. I've heard Anne Middleton touch on that about just being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Because then if you're honest with yourself and someone says something, you're just like, I'm aware. You're fully aware of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like.
Well, when I was younger, I used to. I mean, we all exaggerate still a little bit, but when I was younger, I used to exaggerate a lot.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, exactly. But I used to be
a bit like that.
I used to be quite bad with it when I was younger. I used to lie to myself loads. I was deluded, and I didn't know it, but I was softening myself up. But now, the last couple of years, I'm just be honest as fuck.
Well, if you're aware of your flaws,
and
your bad points and everything like that, then you kind of you're aware of it and you can improve on it.
Yeah.
And face them head on.
Yeah.
And then if anyone, and like you said, if someone kind of touches on it, you kind of like, I know. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be less of a dickhead.
Yeah.
I'm fully aware I'm a dickhead.
Because like you say, I love. You've got to exaggerate the story a little bit, and I actually like people who bullshit to a certain extent, because I just like, go on then, gives your best now, and they just go off on one. You're like, that's complete shit, but I love it.
Yeah. I like it when you've heard a story a few times. And each time it gets exaggerated
a
little bit more, and you're like, you bastard.
I love that. And you sat like, because I think I've done it to you loads of times, and I'll just be telling something about you, but I'll just add another bit.
I'm just like, fair enough.
It's not, I think it's very acceptable in certain stories and scenarios.
Yeah, of course.
Just to kind of add a little bit of seasoning.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? It's like a good recipe, innit? You know what I mean?
It's theatre, isn't it? It's theatre. You're on stage. When you're at the pub and the lads are looking at you, and it's your time to shine. Don't just give it like,
you know a lot about that one.
Go in, just go in with it and just tell it, fucking just add shit to it and just go mental. It's class. Yeah. Chest out.
You're not allowed to get that out.
He felt my ass the other day, and he was like, "That's rock hard. That was
disgusting.
That's good arse.
No, you don't want to feel it now. It's fucking. It's all hard and that. It's
good ass. It is.
No,
teeth of whiteness, arse of tightness.
Stop it. Stop it.
Get out a t-shirt, you know.
Yeah. Well, this has been a good catch up, Hutton, mate.
Yeah,
I've loved it, mate.
It's been great to meet you.
Yeah.
It's been nice to. Like I said before, I've kind of like met you before, but not had a proper conversation. So it's been.
You always have that like level of like appreciation for fellow barbers, don't you?
I think so.
Definitely nice to actually meet properly.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, no, cheers. Thanks, lads.
But it's been mint having hearing your story, mate, and good luck with everything. Good luck with the fight. Good luck with the Barber and everything, mate. And it's been an absolute pleasure.
Up the runs.
Yeah, up the runs.
Up the runs.
Have you had a Ron Burgundy yet?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
we'll bring him in.
You're fucking missing out.
We'll bring him in.
We were saying this earlier that I've never been into the bar. I think maybe I've been in once, years ago.
Right,
but I've never actually been
in. Ron Burgundy. One Ron Burgundy.
What's in one?
Fucking about 5 shots, isn't it?
It's Mark. It's this fucking big.
Now, so hang on. Someone said earlier. You said it was like a zombie. Now,
it's similar.
I was in Manchester. I had a zombie and had a passion fruit lit up on top.
Yeah. And it's rather rare nephews or tiki fire or whatever.
You.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? It's not a bad one.
About 63%.
We're going to have to take him.
Yeah, we'll take him.
You're pissed from the belly button down.
Yeah.
So you like salsa hips will.
Snake hips are out of
they will definitely come out.
I'll blame a lot of my bad shit I've done in town on the fucking Ron Burgundy.
You know what? I hear so many good Ron Burgundy stories. So honestly, it puts a smile on my face. I heard one last week. This lad, he said, he went them Ron Burgundies. He went, I had 4 of them, mate, and he went, I had to go to work, and I was feeling that ill, I had to come away, and like I said to my manager, I'm ill, and he let him go. Anyway, he was waiting for the bus, but then needed a shit.
Oh God!
So he decided the better option was not to go back into work and have a shit, but was to go around the back of a bus stop and have a shit.
As you do.
I was like, why was that the better option? He was like, no, I couldn't face the manager again. I just pulled my pants down and had a shite. I was like, wow.
Talk about stay classy. Shit where you want.
Yeah. But I'll end it on that.
We'll bring Mark in for a big run.
Yeah.
Come in for a run.
An old Ronnie.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Right.
They actually taste nice.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
they're
get
lovely.
kind of
lost in it.
Like drunk raped, because it kind of like it tastes very fruity because it's got pineapple juice, sugar syrup, and grenadine, which is very sweet.
Yeah, it does sound sweet.
Well, for me, it needs the shotting that you've set on fire, because that just tangs it up a bit. But yeah, you can neck one in 10 seconds, easy.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a good bowl, though, isn't it? It's not a glass; it's a bowl.
So when people are doing 4 or 5 of them, they're doing basically a full bottle of rum or a full bottle.
What's
of
that
anything.
big one though? There's
That's just the big run. Just
big run.
Big run.
Four in one.
Yeah. Fucking straight.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's the big globe, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually put me in when I was getting the refurb done. Right, I know we're waffling on here. We're meant to wrap this up 4 times. one more hour.
Fuck it, let's start again. Brian,
welcome to Simply Rogue Podcast.
Brian the postman. Brian.
I said 5 hours special. I wasn't lying.
It's like you're not making me.
Hold on a second there, Ross.
Well, look, I've got 7 more stories to tell. Then we can wrap it up. But no, one of the runs put me in hospital.
Oh really?
No, so when
that's an advert. That.
No, when I was getting the refurb done for the bar, the paint and decorators that pulled the fridge out and then moved everything. So anyway, I was putting it all back, and I was putting all the run glasses back on the fridge, and I pushed it all back. Anyway, it caught on one of the wires, and it was affecting like the music system, so it wasn't playing out. So I was like, I couldn't be asked to take all the glasses back off and pull it back out. So I thought, I'll be able to just pull it out. Anyway, I was trying to reach round, and I couldn't reach round, so I was like flat, and the fridge. If you see our fridge, it's like really tall, and then the glasses are on top. So I was laid down, and then I kind of reached around, and then all of a sudden it was like dink. And I was like, oh. I got up like this.
See his eyes there. Fucking hell. That's exactly what fucking. His whole eyes are all fucking.
Is he looking straight?
He was looking over his way. He's fucking. One eye looking at me, one eye looking at you.
Yeah. What did we say? Lads are dead immature. Or? As soon as you go cross-eyed, he's lost his shit.
It was like the perfect cross. It was a perfect cross.
Do you know how good it was? You actually questioned if he got
I was like, what the fuck? No, honestly.
It was that good you couldn't tell if he'd done it or not. This transition was perfect.
It was like, fucking hell. I was like...
You've tripped him the fuck out there.
That's me on the mic a lot.
He was looking at you like...
By the way, lads, I think I might add a little bit to the story.
What's your head?
This didn't even happen.
I think it's what I just pictured, like you laid on the floor and then
there was no wire, there was no fridge.
No, but not. So anyway, ding was on the head, and I kind of got up, and I was like, literally like.
Why'd you have to set him off and get away?
Oh, he couldn't resist, could he?
You can keep this going for another hour.
Zoom
easy,
in.
just.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, God.
Brilliant, man.
Touched my head and it was absolute, honestly.
So was it one of the Ron glasses that had fell from like 7 foot?
Clonked me straight on the napper.
The massive
Yeah.
The fucking heavy fuckers.
Honestly, the glass didn't flinch. Yeah. My head, on the other hand, honestly.
Made them eyes go fucking in and out.
Piss and blood. And I was like, honestly, I was like, wow.
That wasn't the way I thought they were going to put you in hospital.
No,
Yeah,
not drinking.
Yeah,
fell
yeah.
on my head. And I had to go to the hospital and get it like stapled up and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's me Van Burgundy story.
Fuck, I don't want to end up with that. Fucking very man.
Well, we're going to bring Mark for one, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
Sound.
Well, on that cross-eyed note, thank you very much. Cheers, lads.
Thank you very much.